start pouncing around over all the corpses. It's a really good time. But Flash X, though, he's like, that's Cerberus right there. He's mighty, he's scary, and this 3-man, I don't think HH wants any part of.
No, definitely not. Like, once again, TSM take away that front camp. They did that in the last game as well, and it was the start of their snowball on that CS advantage. 100 gold to lead. It's not big, but at this point in the game, you just want those small advantages to start stepping up into the bigger ones as we get later on.
All right, so we don't actually get to see any blind picks until today. Yesterday was all 2-0s, and now today finally a game 3, and it's in our semis, no less. So lots of potential for game 3s and 5s later on, guys. But Blackfeather versus Blackfeather. Not entirely too sure which way this one is going to go, but I suspect we're going to be seeing Atlas Pauldron on both of them. Yeah,
I feel like Blackfeather's probably going to win out this matchup. I think Blackfeather's just slightly stronger than Blackfeather in that Blackfeather matchup.
I got money on Fortress actually taking home the win.
Really?
Yeah.
The risky one. I think the team with Blackfeather and Fortress will win.
Yep. All right. That's enough of that silliness. This early on, Halcyon Hammers, they're not doing any kind of invades. They do have, this nice early game combo with the Glaive, with the Fortress. They are pretty mobile. They got some good speed under their belt, and they can really burst down, make use of Veins in those stacks. And Mixie, he knows it. He was actually just fighting his time. Are we looking for that afterburn? Looking for it.
Yeah, there we go. He gets the afterburn. There's the stun as well. And Aloha picks up the first kill of the game. Nicely done to wait with that afterburn as well. Dienzio's very low underneath this turret, but Koldemeek not quite able to finish off that counter. Blackfeather, he jumps in, and actually the turnaround should get the counter killer onto Koldemeek. Yeah, he's dead. There's no way he escapes that.
I was kind of curious if he died because he stepped back into it, or if he was just done, and I'm pretty sure he was just done. So Flash, they're trying to just buy time. If Flash can get these backs, then the 1-for-1 trade's actually not so bad. But again, remember, Mixie already died out, so they lost their own jungle, so Flash basically just brings it back to parity. And as you can see, the gold difference, not really a huge deal.
Equalizers. There was a tiny gold advantage for TSM before that started, and now, as you say, it's not a big deal at all. Velocity going to steal away these front camps, so gets themselves back ahead in the gold. And it's a seesaw at the moment. Both the teams finding out the weaknesses of the other team's composition. Of course, when you have a prolonged pick and ban, you have a bit more time to think about how you're going to play against the enemy team. And of course, blind pick doesn't give you that little bit of time, so they're just going to be thinking about how they want to best counter out this enemy.
Well, the timing actually was really good right there. Aloha gets that trap, but now they're looking for an escape.
Yeah, it was a really good afterburn to get himself away. Now Mixie goes very low in the backline. He's going to get taken very low. Does go down, actually. And now Flash X the target here from Velocity. Velocity playing this early game so well. Picking up 3 kills. Going to turn on to Koldemeek, who needs to try and get himself away. Does dash away. Won't survive for very much longer, but he does. The afterburn's not quite going to connect in the right direction. They get the counter kill down. Koldemeek. What? Why? Why?
He walks into the on point. Tienzio's got to be happy about that one.
Yeah, Koldemeek won't be too happy about that because he didn't need to be there. Like, he could just back away. Didn't need to stay around. It was a little bit over-aggressive, perhaps, from Koldemeek.
But still, I mean, the theme is so far, Halcyon Hammer is getting more kills here early. They are invading more frequently. They're using the power of that fortress, and really they can do it with either Dienzio or Aloha, and they can go invading. There's not a lot built up for this Skye, and she has to kind of be babied a little bit when it comes to these engages. So that's why we're able to get Mixie 0-2 already. 21 creeps. He's falling behind, man.
Yeah, he definitely is. Dienzio once again gets jumped on here by Flash X and by Koldemeek, but Flash X is going to get knocked in with that afterburn. Might be able to escape down towards the bottom side here. Koldemeek left all alone, V3. And Velocity pick up their 5th kill of the game. Great play by them. Actually, I mean, I feel a bit sorry for Koldemeek because Flash X was just like, yeah, see you, mate. Have fun.
Well, they either had to chase them or, well, all right, Mixie, I don't know what you're doing there, buddy, but all right, he'll live. Cool. So they
repositioning is what he said.
You got to get one, or they wanted to try to limit it to one. They knew one of them was going to die. There's no point in both of them sticking around. They either had to chase Flash and let Cole go, or they kill Cole and they let Flash go. And well, Flash just happened to win the lottery on that one. So 5-2, about what, K and a half between these teams. Aloha and Veins doing really well there into that jungle. And these early game pickups, it is going to be Dienzio getting a Shiver Steal first, I reckon.
Yeah, instead of going for that Serpent's Mask, which is what we saw Cole doing in the last game, actually looks like he's going to do that in this game as well. But you never know. You can switch it around a little bit. So
Cole's actually got a coat of arms. So So that
Oh yeah,
or
so he
the
has,
coat
so
of
he has,
plates.
yeah.
So with that coat of plates, he actually could go into an Atlas first. So that would be interesting if we do see Shiver Steel on one Atlas on the other. I mean, one slows movement speed, the other for attack speed. So stickiness versus trying to just mitigate. We'll have to see which one comes out. But Mixi in this lane is definitely starting to fall behind.
There he is, the afterburn comes in as well. Mixi's going to have to try and reposition, but Death from Above will not save him. Gets taken out, and great play once again by Velocity, just to catch out one member. It's something they've done so well time after time, is just take that one member down, say, yep, we're killing this person, they kill him, they leave the rest of the team, and they just back away with the advantage they gain.
And now Dienzio, he has that level 6, he has that Shiver Steel, his stickiness factor is going to go right through the roof, and Mixi's going to always be the target at this point. Aloha, Veins, and Dienzio all have gap closers, they can all get into the back, and with an afterburn stun, and no reflex block on Sky? Yeah, this is going to be tough for Mixi in this next few moments.
Yeah, definitely. It's, with that level 6, as you were saying, it's just, you have to wonder about the reflex block. It's something Mixi doesn't tend to pick up a really early reflex block, but against this team composition, especially when they get ahead, early reflex block would make a lot of sense. And even with Flash X there to try and protect you, I think perhaps that would have been a good itemization choice in this game.
Yeah, Flash doesn't have any peel though. Like when you have a support Glaive,
Yeah.
you got an afterburn. When you got a support Arden, well, not that you really see too many other Ardens these days. Not here in NA, but anyways, Mixi's getting jumped.
Death from Above will come down, lock out Aloha, who does afterburn away. They're going to try and turn it around. The damage coming down onto Mixi is huge. Hasn't got the reflex block, as you say, and he goes down. Now, once again, it's Flash X and Keldameek trying to retreat. Keldameek will get taken out, and it's the better Black Feather winning out the fight as Dienzio picks up his third kill of the game. Now they're going to keep chasing onto Flash X underneath the turrets. Nothing that Fortress can do. And a present for Veins as they pick up the ace.
Well, Vane's actually giving the present to Dienzio.
Well,
because
yeah. He gives
on
away-
point, they got it. But
he brings presents. He brings
9-2, man, like this is actually getting into some dangerous territory. If TSM can't turn this one around, if they can't heal and keep Mixi safe, and he has been the cornerstone of their comps now 3 games running, this is going to be looking at a very, very tall order, because if Mixi does not get back into this game, then there is a very high chance that we are going to go 2-1 for Velocity. They are going to go into these finals over TSM.
Yeah, it's really big. I mean, TSM won the Winter Championships. They are our reigning champions, and yes, they still have the position in the live finals. They still have the opportunity to fight up in those Spring Live Championships, but you want to go there as a winner of a qualifier. You don't want to be a second place team that has to try and fight back into it, and TSM really will want to step up their game and try and beat out Velocity here.
Alright, is Cole going to be a target? No, we do get a death from above out of Mixi though. It's only a 30-second cooldown, so it's not the end of the world, but this could be a window. Like, if we actually have a good opportunity to jump Mixi, and he just used a Surrey Strike now, but they're nowhere near it at any point. Velocity could have actually made something happen there, but they're not gonna. They don't have their pups, neither does Flash, and they know that, so they are just gonna now bide their time. Now they're looking for that engage.
That's great. You saw the ping from Dienzio onto the Mixi, and now they'll get him down. It's just 2-on-3, and as you say, there's no peel for TSM. Mixi, they can't keep him safe. He just goes down straight away.
No death from above, no puppies from Flash X, no turret for TSM. I mean, things are going from bad to worse, and that was again like a really good initiate. They knew they had the window, they had the positioning. Mixi was just too far forward, and you can't really Surrey Strike to run away. Unfortunately, it doesn't really extend that far. So I mean, another kill, another day. 0-5-0 on the worst that we've seen him doing today, because this collapse comp from Velocity is just getting work done.
Yeah, it's doing such good work, and I said as we got into this game, you know, a lot of it's about how Mixi plays for this TSM lineup at the moment. Like, Keldameek, yeah, can do pretty well on any hero he does pick up, but Mixi on the Sky has either been feast or fortune. It's either been superb or it's been awful. The first game really wasn't that good. The second game was great. And now in this third game, he's 0-5-0,
Well,
and
the
he's
pattern
miles
holds.
behind. Yeah.
Now, again, like a lot of the time, I do like to compare the supports. If you look at Flash X versus Veins, there's a heck of a difference. Not only the itemization, but look at that Iron Guard gold, like a full 1,100 ahead here for Veins. But now I'm going to direct your attention to Keldameek versus Dienzio. Dienzio has that Shiver Steel, and now he has that Serpent's Mask. We have not completed anything for Keldameek. He stopped after the Coda Plates, now he's going into the Serpent Mask. But he is not looking nearly so strong right now as Dienzio is.
Yeah, I mean, he does have travel boots, so let's give him that. You know, he's got He's
All
got
right,
the
a golf
same
clap
as
for that.
he's got the same as Dienzio has on the boots front, but that's all he has, as you say. He's so far behind. He's kind of just building a hodgepodge of items, just picking up what he can where he can, and Atlas Pauldron as well picked up here now onto Dienzio. He's
Denzio's
so
almost
far
a
ahead.
full 3 items ahead. He has 3 items at tier 3 at this point, and we don't have a single one for Cole.
Death from above will come out onto Dienzio, but it's just a stall tactic here for TSM. They're trying to keep this minion wave away from their turret. They will manage to do it for now, but we see Aloha off towards the side, preparing that afterburn, seeing who he can catch out. And Keldermeek starts to back up. Obviously, not going to complete that back. Aloha will jump in, afterburn's away, keep himself alive. Attack of the Pack's been popped here. It's
I think
a
that
little
was
bit perhaps a miscommunication there.
yeah, that felt like a panic right there. Aloha, because he went up to the turret and he crit, it was an AoE, which means he hit a hero, which toggled the aggro. So he had to eventually get out. That's why he afterburned out. And I'm not entirely too sure if Vaynes knew that he was just literally trying to leave. So throwing out the attack of the pack, that could be a window for TSM to exploit. The big thing is 6,000 gold down. Can they actually exploit it?
Well, you'd hope so. I mean, even when you are behind, you can still
Cole.
take advantage bit by bit. But Keldermeek gets caught out, as you say, is just about going to survive.
Yeah, he blocks the stun.
Blocks the stun and manages to get himself away. Now Dienzio, the target. There's the afterburn onto Aloha, who is off towards the side. Now they're going to turn it around again. Death from above will be popped. Dienzio goes in, and they do manage to pick up the first kill. Now Flash X the target, but Dienzio quite low. Can Nixie show us why he is known for his skyplay? Forward barrage comes out. We'll jump onto Dienzio. Aloha low as well, but afterburn is up. We're going to turn onto Flash X. There we go. Afterburn comes in. Aloha will go down for that, though. A 1-for-1 trade. And at the moment, if you're TSM, you have to be accepting the fact those trades are all right for you.
Yeah, all right is a really good way to put it. It wasn't the exploitation I was looking for. They didn't get an ace. They didn't win the fight, but they did get a kill, and they were able to show that they can actually reverse some of this damage. And Halcyon Hammers, admittedly, like catching out Cole was great, but as soon as he had that second Rose offensive, they needed to disengage. Dienzio went a little bit too far. That's how he got chunked down, which ended up kind of being like this war of who has the lower black feather. And that's like I said, if we had the attack of the pack from Vaynes, would have been 100% a different story.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Definitely. And Serpent's Mask has finally been completed on Keldermeek, so he's slowly building up towards this black feather that we all know and love, who is broken as we get later into the game.
Yeah, love might be a strong word for a lot of people. He's just definitely in a really good spot here in 117. In 118, I would fully expect that he would get a few tweaks, simply because he's just been dominating the meta so hard. But nope, Bush Party initiated.
As a Bush Party, as you say, Flash X will be able to get away from it for now. The minion wave will start pushing up onto that turret, and they're going to just dive this. Make sure he gets destroyed. Flash X, the new target. Attack of the Pack was popped there, and now they'll get the turret. Velocity showing us how dominant they can be as they get into the later portion of this game. I thought at some point double weapon power might fall off, but not showing any signs of doing that.
Yeah, you're 8,000 gold ahead. It's not falling off, my friend. But so kills, turret, minion mine, gold mine, I suspect, and then it's Kraken. So this is just looking at everything is kind of lining up right here for Halcyon Hammers. And well, time's ticking. Maybe they're not going to take this gold mine, but they're still going to be in a fantastic position. They do just pick up another Atlas Pauldron. We have one on each of our puppies now, and still, I mean, like with the positioning of Halcyon Hammers, this is pretty much a slam dunk at this point. They're going to get this gold mine after all. They're going to get the Kraken, and then we're going to have to see what TSM is made of.
Can
here's the
Hammers...
dance. They're dancing.
Oh,
they're dancing.
There we are. Immense payout. They probably got themselves another like 2 gold by doing that.
6 or something.
Well, yeah,
like
2
that.
gold per player. So 6 gold.
Ah, there you go. Math.
I thought you were doing the Kraken noise there for a second. It's like,
Oh no! As sick as I am right
the
now,
Kraken.
no, there's no way I can do that. I'll let Helga speak for herself. But as I said, I mean, there's Flash X has no vision down, no scout traps because he just refuses to carry them. He only has those flares. We do have scout traps out for Halcyon Hammers, so Flash, he's just not going to be welcome here. And now Kraken's going to be coming down on a 3-turret team of TSM that is trailing by 8,000 gold.
Yeah, it's a huge gold disadvantage for them, and we see elixirs and fusions being picked up here by the Velocity lineup. I mean, double infusion on your Black Feather, double infusion on your Glaive, just that crystal power infusion on to Vayne's on the Fortress as well, and Velocity are going to start pushing towards these turrets.
Oh.
Already pressuring it, even without the Kraken here. He's going to go down before the Kraken even gets here if they keep it on at this rate. Dienzio goes very low though, and FlashX is in the middle of the entire team. He will get taken out. Now they're going to turn on to Cole the Meek, who will just about be able to escape for a moment, but he gets taken down by Dienzio. He's going to turn on to Mixie, and with the Kraken arriving, you have to expect this to be the game for Velocity.
Yeah, with no defenders left standing, that is going to be it. Velocity will move on here to the finals. Now, TSM, you are going to be seeing them at the championship. They are going to be playing right up after this for the third place honor up against Noble Esports, but they are not going to be going to the top 2 here for the qualifier number 2. And I got to say, I mean, you don't give Black Feather to Dienzio. That's the lesson I've taken this weekend.
I think it's a good lesson to take. I think it's something that's proved pretty effective. Had the most gold in the game. In fact, he had as much gold almost as FlashX and Mixie combined in that game. So pretty darn difficult for... Well, if you actually had more gold than Cole the Meek and FlashX combined. So that's a pretty good way of putting it. The enemy
Actually, everybody did.
Well, yes.
It was just an overwhelming game. Velocity got off, that early game that we've been seeing. The early roam invades worked out very well. Between Veins and Glaive, they're able to really stunt the growth of Mixie. He wasn't able to farm very well. 1-7 by the end of it, and only 5,000 gold. Meek just not faring any better, unfortunately. We got a broken myth by the end of it, and yeah, we eventually did get that Serpent's Mask, but it was way too late by the time those items started kicking in. And I gotta say, I mean, the younglings here from Velocity, Hammers Esports, gotta be happy with that pickup.
I definitely have to. Let's pass it back over to Romanist. It's a name I've taken from you there. I quite like that.
Yeah, me too.
Romanist. Yeah, it's like Romanist. How else would you call them? Like humanome? Humanome.
I'm